All right. Hello, knockouts. Tonya Tko here. And as you know, I'm a self-love specialist on TonyaTko.com. I actually just got all of my makeup on and got dressed because I'm getting ready to record a video for like the first time in 2 weeks. And before I recorded the video, because one of the things that ends up happening is I make a video and then the video ends up being perhaps longer than it could be because there are other things that I want to express in the video that I feel that some people may need to hear. Right, so hello everybody. I decided to just do this video real quick before I recorded my videos today, because today I'm going to be talking about that clip that many of you have been sending me about the guy, apostle, whatever his name is, apostle something, quote unquote, bashing women in the church. And I'm also going to be talking about Nipsey Hussle today. So I wanted to prepare myself for doing these videos. And before I jumped into doing those videos, because my point of view is very controversial about both of those videos. And so my mind has been swimming lately. I'm going to be really honest with you all, right? I'm growing tired of creating videos on YouTube. That's part of the reason I haven't made a video. I haven't recorded a video in like 2 weeks. I'm growing tired of it because I'm like, I'm not really seeing I don't want to say the purpose of it all, right? I, I want to create content to help people, that the content is able to assist them. And what I find myself doing is creating a lot of videos about viral topics and being on this hamster wheel, attempting to catch the next viral topic so that I can so I could package in the message of self-love into that video somehow. And I just haven't really been feeling it lately. And so what I have been doing is I've been making videos that I want to create. So I make videos in the morning, workout videos to help people get some movement in, etc. In videos like this. And we had a vent party last night, and doing the advice hour and stuff like that, right? And so one of the things that's happening on my workout videos is that there are a lot of people who come by and they're like trying to cheer me on. Yeah, you go, Tonya, you go. And then on the other hand, there are people who are like, oh, look at you, Tonya, what are you doing? Oh, you're overweight. Oh, you need to do this, you need to do that, etc., right? And there's an associate that I have who decided to offer me some of his critique or feedback or whatnot. And he told me that, my skin is very beautiful, but my body needs some quote unquote work. And this was something that kind of rested on me for a moment. And one of the things that you all know that I always talk about is when people say things to you, they're really having a conversation with themselves, projecting that onto you. Because in order for a person to have a relationship with something, a strong feeling about something, it comes from deep inside of them, something that they are either wanting to be or trying really hard not to be themselves. So they project that onto you. And so I wanted to make this video because I hope that, and let me move the thing over, because one of the things that I realized is that the words, like if you're on, the words can cover my face or whatnot. So one of the things that I hope that my videos are doing is being an example. I hope that my life is being an example so that I don't have to make videos preaching to you about what it is that you should do or could do. I'm hoping that my videos can be an example of what you can do. And what you can do is start now. Start now. So, like the associate of mine who said that to me about how my body needs, this is a person who they themselves are apprehensive about creating video content themselves because they don't want people to look at them in their current state, right? In their current state of weight loss, right? And so I I just want to say in words, please, please do it now. Do it now. You know, and so listen, I don't want anybody, I don't, let me put this person in timeout. I'm not in the mood to have to play, play kindergarten teacher right now. I'm very, very serious. I mean, you all can tell when I'm joking or when I'm not. And Tashika, I'm sure with a name like Tashika, people misspell your name all the time. So I'm going to ask that you please spell my name correctly. My name is Tonya. My name is Tonya with a really soft O, like the O in pot or hot. So it's Tonya. My name is not Tanya. Tonya with the hard O. It's a soft O. So please, please, I'm just asking. I mean, it's the name on the channel has an O in it, and if you're not spelling my name correctly, you won't be able to find my website or my content. So please. So I'm hoping that with my, and I know you don't mean anything by it. It's okay. It's okay. I know. I know. I know. And I'm not upset. I I'm just expressing what I like. So I'm hoping that my videos can be an inspiration for you to use my example, you know? Like, for example, when the person was like, "Oh, your body needs some work or whatnot," right? My endocrinological stats are amazing. Cholesterol level, amazing. Blood pressure, all of these things. I have really amazing stats, right? And so when we're hard on ourselves, so look, my body is amazing. It when I need to get up, I get up. When I need to walk, I walk. When I need to sit down, I sit down. Lay down, I metabolize my blood, my platelets, all of this. I just have everything is amazing, right? And I think that sometimes we're a little too hard on ourselves, and that hardness comes out on other people because we're projecting onto our from ourselves. So I hope that this video can serve as a please. There's nothing wrong with you the way that you are right now. You can, it's like we talk about abortion. We were talking about it last week, right? And we were talking about a fetus being able to survive outside of the womb, right? Now, there's nothing wrong with a fetus. There's nobody who's like, "Oh, you're a fetus. You're incomplete. You're not good enough yet. Oh, you're not fully developed." It's like you can love the fetus and realize that it's on its way to becoming a baby. It may not be a baby yet, but there's nothing wrong with the fetus. There's nothing that it's lacking. It's just in a state of development. And wherever it is that you are right now, you're in a state of development. So so when I so when I get these comments like, "Oh, whatever it is that you're doing right now is not good enough. Your body is not XYZ right now," right? I hope that these words can touch you in letting you know that you can love yourself where it is that you are right now. There's nothing wrong with loving yourself and realizing that there's still more development that you can undergo. So you can have full complete acceptance and love of yourself along the journey. The title of this video is whatever you've been putting off, do it now. This life is meaningless. And I truly, truly, truly believe that the longer that you live inside of this life, the more that you'll realize that this life, it really doesn't have any meaning outside of the meaning that you assign to things. It's like if we have some tremendous expectation from this life, we may end up feeling, shorted. We may end up feeling disgruntled or whatever the case may be, right? Because in this life, really, the only thing that really matters is the journey of your soul, the evolution of this energy inside of you that neither has ever been born nor will ever die. This universal energy that transcends with you through the lifetimes. So what is it that you're going to do here on this earth, in this lifetime, right here? What joys will you experience? What sunsets will you see? What delicious foods will you taste? What experiences will you have with other people? What will you learn? What will you shift and alter from the way things were before? How will you expand your consciousness? And so, one of the things that I learned when I was displaced, right? I learned a lot. I spent a lot of time looking at just the cycles that exist here on this earth. So it was like the sun would come up and the sun would go down, and the sun would go up and the sun would go down. The moon would come out and then the moon would shift. The sun would come up, the moon would come out. And it was like it did this every single day. And the earth will tilt so that the seasons change and the leaves change and everything has its time and its place. And I spent a lot of time just looking at animals, and the animals that they run up the tree and they run down the tree. They fly in the air and then they fly back. They get a little bit of food for the day, then they rest for the night. What is the purpose in the life of an animal? What are they working towards? Where are they going in this life? What does it all mean? What does it mean in the life of a fly or mosquito catcher or beetle, where their lifespan is really short, where an ant, his whole life is 3 weeks? What is the meaning and the purpose of all of that? What's the purpose of getting up each day, going to eat, getting some exercise if you can, drinking some water, going to bed at night? And I think a lot of us get caught in the cycles that are created for us by the governments. It's like we're the only species that pays to live on Earth. And so a lot of us get caught on this hamster wheel or this rat race or whatever you want to call it, where we are getting up, going out, making this money. The money comes in, the money goes out. We come in, we buy food, we have some kids, we get up in age, we continue this cycle, we do this, we do that. Our kids have some kids, they go to school, they get up, they this, they that, etc., etc., etc. And what is the purpose of it all? I know this is part of the reason I wanted to make this video before I started making other videos for the day, is because I know that there are many of us out there who are unhappy. We're unhappy. How could we be happy when our lives don't feel like our own? How can we be happy with the cycles that we weren't meant to be in captivity? like this. We weren't meant to have to spend our waking hours working for. This is the land created by the processes of the energies that travels through you and me. This is why I talk about, when we talk about, the hierarchy of human beings and the human supremacy that we feel that we have over other animals. This is the land created on this globe. Who told somebody that they could build a bunch of buildings someplace and then have to charge you money to be on this land that nobody can really truly own? And then so we get up and we work and we create this cycle and we do this and we do that and this and that and this and that, and we pay people, and it's like, what is the meaning? And I can imagine that with the ways that we're living, that there are many of us who feel even less meaning in a cycle, in the cycles like the cycles that we live in right now, you know? And so my word to you today, and I know that there's somebody out there who needed this conversation. My word to you today is, find happiness where you can find it. Find joy where you can find it. Eat good foods when you can eat them. Enjoy. I love the word disfruta. It's a Spanish word for enjoy. Disfruta la vida. Take some time to just savor what it is that's right in front of you. Take the happiness that you can take when it comes, and find ways. I'll never forget. It was a few years ago. I was doing a walking vlog in the park, and I had just come back in from out of the country. I've been out of the country for almost a year trying to write the books that I finally was able to write just recently, right? And I was doing this walking vlog through the park, and it dawned on me, I came back into the country. I was gone for almost a year, and nothing happened. There was no ticker tape parade. There was nothing. I came back in. It's quiet at the airport. I got a ride to my house. It was quiet there, and it was just like another day, another day. And I think some of the discontent that some of us feel is how our adult lives look in comparison to what we felt our lives looked like when we were children. And one of the biggest differences is that we had people who were creating these experiences for us. A birthday came around and it was somebody who went out and got a cake, some little pointy hats, some streamers, and they made a big deal about your birthday. And they created these experiences. They planned the days out at the beach. They created picnics. They took you to the circus. They took you to the amusement park. They took you to the fair. They let you go to the petting zoo. You went on school trips. And then you become an adult and you don't feel that same magic and connection that you had when you were a child, because now you're taking your time and you're spending it out at work. And then the cycle continues, and then you come home and you have kids and you school and the this and the that, and it just becomes this cycle all over again. And then you forget that somebody was purposeful in celebrating your life. Somebody took the time. Like, there's so many of us, we don't want to plan, we want the spontaneity, right? But your birthday parties weren't spontaneous. The celebrations that you had weren't spontaneous. The graduations that you had weren't spontaneous. You had to order You had to order the cap and gown. You had to order your pictures. Someone planned the prom. The people had parties, right? And we, when we switch places and then we become the adults, we forget that a lot of that quote unquote magic was planned. So if you want to find your purpose, I'm gonna put some people, if you're talking nonsense in the comment section, you're gonna go, we're having a very serious conversation right now. If you're talking nonsense, you're going into timeout. If you go into timeout 3 times over here, you're banned. I'm not playing games with people anymore. Just I cannot. We have to govern ourselves as adults. So listen, if you're still looking for your purpose, follow your curiosities. What are you curious about? What things? It's like give yourself permission. Like last night we had a ventathon. We had a vent party where we came out and we let out our frustrations, and there were so many people who called up who wouldn't give themselves permission, even anonymously, to vent out loud. And so give yourself permission to be curious about. Ronnie, you're distracting me with your nonsense. I put you in timeout once already for today. Let's go forward. Listen, govern yourself like an adult here today. My average viewer is 35 years old. My average viewer is a 35-year-old adult. So we can have an adult conversation because we are adults here. Okay? So if you're having difficulty finding your purpose, follow your curiosity. What makes you curious? What types of things do you want to learn more about? Do you want to learn more about doll houses, unicorns, firemen, the stars in the sky, the earth beneath our feet, the ocean, the desert? What is it that you want to learn more about? The systems of the blood inside, the mind, houses. I'm serious. Whatever it is, unicorns too, you know? Wherever your curiosity lie, does your curiosity lie in makeup, in skin, in hair, in the eyes, in the teeth, the throat, the tonsils? Because it's like, if we are not finding joy, if we are not finding reasons to smile, reasons to, and listen, there are many, many reasons to celebrate. We'll get back to celebrations in a moment, right? If you're not exchanging, remember I told you when I was displaced, I remember because I got in the pickup truck that I have now when I was displaced because I was gearing towards getting the RV that I live in now, this really beautiful movable mobile home that I live in right off of the grid. And I got in this air mattress that I had in the back seat. And so it had me up real high. It was like one of those big plush air mattresses. And so I just filled up the whole back seat with it and it was up real high. And I remember one night I was just laying back there and I was just looking up because you know what? I was so sad. Like towards the middle part, towards the end of from the middle to the end of the displacement, I started shifting on the inside. I was so sad. And I was sitting there, I was laying there and I was looking up at the moon and I was looking at the stars. And so in the pickup truck, there's like this big glass in the back, there are the windows on the side. And I was looking up at the moon. And it was like I had surround, it was surround view. Because I was in a truck. So it was like glass, 360 degrees of glass. And so I was laying there and I was like looking up and I was like, this is really beautiful. And I was like, you know what? I'm so lucky. I'm so lucky. I was like, I'm so lucky that I get the chance. I was like, I was displaced. I was living in my car and everything, right? But I was lucky that I had the opportunity to be outside in this 360-degree view of this the earth and the processes, and it was beautiful. And the thing is that it didn't have to be beautiful, right? It didn't have to be beautiful. I chose to see the beauty in it. I chose. Because I was really sad. I was really sad. And I chose to see the beauty. I chose to make a shift. And for those of you who have not pre-ordered my self-love affirmations book, these are the affirmations that I said to myself to rewrite my subconscious programming to rise out of the displacement. So make sure that you go to tonyatko.com and pre-order your copy. It is going to be back off of the press, I'm hoping within the next week or so, right? But so I was laying there and I was like, you know what? I decided that night to choose to see the beauty. And so, whatever it is that you have going on inside of your life right now, whatever it is that you're going through, what and how, what beauty can you see? How can you shift yourself into seeing the beauty, into feeling the gratitude? What shifts can you create inside of yourself to really enjoy where it is that you are now? In the fetus, as the fetus of your development, on the journey that you're on. How do you love yourself in your embryonic state right now and realize that there's nothing wrong with the embryo? The embryo is on its way to becoming a baby. So, and this is a secular channel. There's no particular deity that we promote on this channel. I believe that we all have the universal energy of oneness inside of all of us. I don't believe that there's any person headed it that quote unquote woke us up. That's to the person who made that comment. I don't believe that. I believe that there is one universal energy that exists inside of all of us. And so in the same way that we can call something on the outside of us God, we can call ourselves God as well, because it's the same universal energy. And so my vitamin E oil is on my website. The sales are going to be, I only sell it once a year, and the sales are going to be closing off soon. So make sure that you get yours now. And then once the sales are closed off, then I'm going to start shipping the bottles. But if you go to tonyatko.com/shop, if you just go to tonyatko.com, that's why it's important for you to know how to spell my name. And you just click on the shop thing, you just scroll down. And so Steel Magnolia is saying, I've lost all hope and purpose. I'm homeless and live in an unsafe situation. Been struggling with depression, abuse, and betrayal from family, friends. I don't recognize myself anymore. And you know what? I'm glad that you spoke out loud about that, right? I personally believe that I personally believe that all of our energy is not inside of our human body. I believe that there is a lot more energy that exists outside of us, and a small portion of our energy is inside of the human form, and that we have help. We have help. And so when I say that life has no purpose, I truly, truly believe that with all of my heart and soul, that there is no purpose outside of the purpose that you give your life. And so if there's something that you're experiencing right now, what does that mean? What do you do with that information? How do you evolve as a human being from that situation? We talk about how there are themes that we come into this life with. There are themes that we come to enact. And that pattern will show itself over and over again for us to address it, right? And how do I put this? One of my themes for this lifetime has been, how do I forgive the unforgivable, right? And in order for me to be able to get onto the other side of that, there were things that had to come into my life that would be seemingly unforgivable. Another one of the themes of my life has been closure. How do I continue to push on without closure? How do I continue navigating without this situation being tied up neatly and having a resolution? How do I continue to move on even without a resolution, right? And so, young lady, the situation that you're in, having had to deal with abuse, now being homeless, feeling the feelings of hopelessness, etc. Let's imagine for a moment that you are intelligently designed and that you are much more powerful than you may realize. Let's imagine that for a moment, right? What is your life attempting to relay to you? Only you know the message that exists inside of your life. What is your higher self attempting to relay to you? What is being communicated to you through your life? And how do you interact with that communication? What is it that your higher self is communicating to you through these activities? And what do you do with this information now that you've received it? So you are without home, you're living in unsafe situations, you're not feeling protected, etc. What is life asking you to rise up and do? Because this situation will not break you. It was made for you. It was made for you. You are much more powerful than you think. So this situation was made specifically for you. When I had my displacement, right? I was a different person before the displacement than I was after the displacement. There's a there's a placidness that exists in me now. There's a there's a humility that exists in me. There's a smoothness. There's a softness and energy that exists in me going into those depths. That was what I needed for my life. That's what I needed for my life. What is it that you need for yours? Your life is communicating to you. Your life is communicating to you. And so the Greek girl is saying, I just got my shoulder and arm crushed and now have nerve damage. I won't ever be the same. I'm not taking it very well. You were not meant to be the same. So what is your life communicating to you through the nerve damage? What is it communicating to you? Do I need to open up the phone lines today? Do people need to do people need to call in? Are we needing some personal touch today? You know, so so Destiny is saying, sorry if I said something wrong last night. Notice my comments were muted. I really enjoy and appreciate your show. You know, I how do I put this? And I hope that you all can get to know me as I get to know you all as well. I'm not a grudge holder. I don't hold grudges. I don't know if you did or didn't do anything last night. I did what I needed to. If for the people who get put in timeout, I put people in timeout because that's what I need to do. It's listen, I allow us to govern ourselves as adults. So I give people many chances before they get blocked on the channel. You all know I'm very liberal with that. And so yeah, please don't worry about it. I personally I don't need any apology. I need no apology for anything. One of the things that we can do is apologize to ourselves because this is that apparently something that is weighing on you. Forgive yourself. If you did something last night, I don't know. I don't know. Forgive yourself and release it. It's that was yesterday. It's gone. We're living in today right now. We're living in this moment right now. And so everything is communication. So if there are people who will put in timeout, what was communicated to you through the timeout? And then how do you navigate forward from there in correcting your own behavior, right? What are our lives saying to us through the things that private you're playing right now, and I'm sure you can see from my face I'm not playing. Anyone can get a timeout, so play if you want to. Play. Everyone, listen. Play if you want to, and then we can communicate through corrective measures. Okay? Because I know you all can see when I'm serious, when I'm not serious. You know what I mean? So play. Play. We can have a good old time with you typing from the timeout chair and not be able to get your messages to post. All right. So listen, everyone. I think we if there listen, I'm going if there's somebody that needs to call in for a moment, put up the number one if you feel that you need, because remember, I'm working on recording 2 videos today. So if you feel that you need to call in, I'll open up the phone lines for you. If you feel that this is something that you truly need, put up a one. I'll open the phone lines. If not, I'm going to get off of here and then I'm going to record the 2 videos that I set out to record today. So I just gave the instructions. Yeah, so I made it back pink again. So I tried to do my finger waves, but my hair's doing what it wants to do. All right, so there are no ones that are popping up. So, all right. So thank you everybody for coming out and having this conversation with me. I am going to grab something to eat real quick, and then I'm going to record the 2 videos that I spoke about earlier in this video. And so listen, so everybody, listen, keep your head up. Do whatever it is that you need to do now. Life is short. Life is a journey. And so many times we think that it's about the destination. Like there was someone at the end of my broadcast this morning who was like, there was someone this morning who was like, oh, all of your working out is going to pay off, right? So that was one of the comments that came in this morning, like after my broadcast. And so one of the things that I would love to just cement in words is, for too many of us, we are mostly involved in hoping to get to some sort of destination, hoping that we'll be here after after such and such sacrifice, after this, after that, we'll be someplace, right? And our life continues to go on. Remember, the sun comes up, the sun goes down, the sun comes up, the sun goes down. And and it's like, what happens, life is what happens while we're waiting to get to some destination. Life is happening whether you want it to or not. Life is going on. Life is going on. All right. So somebody said that I think I saw two people who said they needed to call in. So what I'll do is I'll open the phone lines. Give me a moment. And we're not going to stay too long. I'll give us 20 more minutes. We'll make this an hour broadcast, right? And then we'll go from there. So Destiny, maybe if your comment was uplifting, then maybe you were not put in timeout. What can I say? I I remember last night we had some craziness going on, and there weren't many people who were put in timeout last night. You may not have been. I'm not sure what makes you think that you were. So the phone number is 323-488-3149. If someone can paste that. Oh, life is what's happening while you're busy making other plans. Well, that is, yay, listen, life is happening as we're waiting for a destination. Uh, so the timeout ends after like 5 minutes. Hold on, let me turn on the Bluetooth. Or the speaker rather. All right. All right. All right. So the phone lines are open right now. It's 323-488-3149. And the phone lines are open, so you can go ahead and call in. We're going to take as many phone calls as it'll take to get us up to it. I just opened it, Grace Slack. I just opened it. It's just opened right now. So, all right. Phone lines are open, 323-488-3149. We're going to take maybe one or two phone calls. And so the current, the vitamin E is only sold once a year and it's all shipped out at once. So, so it looks like, so what's happening? The phone call is not coming through. You know what? I don't know what's happening because the phone call is not, it's not ringing on my end. Let me, oh, it did not connect. I'm sorry. Give me 1 second. This is really crazy. It's like when I don't want it to connect, it's connected. And then now, yeah, give me one moment, please. There's always some sort of issue with this. It says it's connecting. So let's take a look and see. It's not connecting. It's not connecting. Let me try again. It's unbelievable. This thing always connects, even when I don't want it to. But now, all of a sudden, bear with me for a moment. Look, this is how this, let's see. It says it's connecting now. Let's see. There's no response coming from the speakers for some reason. Yeah. I don't know why that's happening. All right. Let me turn it off and turn it back on again. Give me just one moment. Let's take a look and see what will happen. So now it says connecting. Let's see. You oil fiends out there, what is going on? It's not connecting, ladies and gentlemen. It's not connecting. And I don't know why it's not connecting. You know what? Let me restart my computer. And let's see. We're restarting the computer. You know what? I'm going to restart the speaker system too. So just give me one moment. What do you all think? I got one finger wave to come through and one that's trying. It's trying. Ah. All right, so I've restarted everything. If it doesn't do it this time, then we're just going to call it a day because I have done everything in my power. All right, let's see. Let's go to the Bluetooth settings. You know, everything doesn't happen all the time. You know, it happens as it's supposed to. So let's see. Add a Bluetooth device. Connecting, let's see. Okay, it says it's connected. So hold on, let me open up the thing again. I gotta sign in, give me one moment. I'm starting to get hungry. But I want something really savory. I want something savory. All right, let's see. All right, so the phone line should be open. And so it should be open right now. Here we go. You're on the air live.
Hello?
Yes?
Yes, this is for venting, right?
No.
Like yesterday?
Well, we vented last night.
Okay. So, what's today for, like, for calling?
Okay. So, I'm so sorry. We've been talking for 50 minutes and There are people who know why they wanted to call in. So let's get the ball rolling. All right. So you're on the air live.
Oh my God, yes. Hi, Tanya.
Hi.
This is Alicia.
Hi, Alicia.
I was calling because I wanted to tell you something I had done. I remember you saying that how people will project themselves, or people will project their ideas onto other people, and
Mhm.
they may come off negative because that's how they see themselves. So I thought about that, and I'm really hard on a particular person, and I thought, what if I talk to myself the way that I talk to them?
Mm.
And so I started to think about it, and I had to look at myself and really look deep down inside,
Mhm.
and I had to point out my flaws. I really had to do that, and that's what really pushed me, because I realized that the things that I'm doing is not getting me to my my goals.
Mm.
I like to sleep, and I had to face that. I had to look at myself and say, okay, you're sleeping too much. Why are you sleeping so much? That's not getting you what you want. And I had to say to myself, you like to play games on your phone, you like to be on Facebook, you're doing all this stuff taking up time, and you are not putting your time and your destiny, the things that you want to achieve, that you say you want to achieve. You talking big talk, but what are you actually doing? And so I had to say that to myself, and I was crying.
Mm.
I was crying to myself and going all crazy, because I had to really have that tough talk with myself, and it actually pushed me. And watching your videos, and even some people in the comments are really inspiring me to really push past the weaker part of me, and really rise up. Rise up, bring out that person who really wants to do it, because I've been there before. I've been there where I saved money and was able to reach my goals. I've done it before. And I said to myself, Alicia, if you've done it already, why can't you do it again? Why can't you buy a house again? Why can't you save $5,000 in a few months like you did before? I have all the tools, but I'm not pushing myself further. So I just wanted to say that I appreciate everything you're doing, because every time you get on, you encourage me. So I just wanted to say that.
Okay. Well, you know what? Let's rewind just a little bit, okay? Because there are a few different things that
Sure.
I'm hearing. One of the things that I'm hearing is that you're sleeping and you're telling yourself that you're sleeping too much.
Mhm.
Why do you feel that you're
Yes.
sleeping too much?
Um, well, I let time pass. I'm tired, and I think maybe I use that as an excuse, where there's other things that I can be doing instead of sleeping. So I got my 8 hours or 6 hours, whatever I needed, but I'm too comfortable. I'm too comfortable just laying there, and that's not working for me. I wrote down the amount that I made from last month and the weeks before, and I realized I wasn't pushing myself to my full potential. I'm actually a Lyft driver, so I have to set my own goals, and I have to be my own boss and push myself to do what I say that I'm going to do. And I've been lacking in that area. So, and telling someone else that, oh, you need to do better. You need to do this, or you need to do that. So I had to
Mm,
check myself.
okay. And so you're sleeping because you're tired and you're comfortable?
I think that's what it is. Like, I think I'm mentally, I let um, stress and things around me take me to that comfortable place instead of pushing me past it.
Yeah, so one of the things that I'm hearing is I'm hearing a lot of judgment about where you are now, where it is that you say you
Hmm.
want to be, that you call yourself the weaker part of yourself, that you're comfortable and you're sleeping because you're tired, but then you're also telling yourself that that sleeping is not good. And so there's still a lot of judgment that I'm hearing. One of the things that I'm not hearing is I'm not hearing, I'm hearing why you shouldn't be doing all of these things. However, I'm not hearing the fuel behind what it is that where you're going. I'm not hearing the fuel being where it is that you want to go. I'm just hearing where it is that you don't want to be, what it is that you don't want to do. What is it that you want to do? Maybe you don't want to drive Lyft and the bed feels better. You know what I mean? This is so
Yes,
it,
I actually don't. I don't like it, but the amount of money that I'm able to save every month is better than any other job that I've had. And that's another thing I would ask myself. Well, why was I able to get up and go to someone else's job, but I can't make myself get up every day and do lifts when I know that the outcome is going to be, exponential. Like I'm going to make a lot of money doing this.
yeah, and you know what? And
So,
so and so I'm so glad that you called in because we spent a lot of time talking today and I feel like some of it is not landing. Because we talked about feeling fulfilled. Okay, maybe you were able, there are different reasons why you were able to get up and go to a person's job. What level of fulfillment did you have? How forward were you looking to interacting with your coworkers, being inside of the building that you were in, doing the job that you were doing? How much more forward were you looking into doing that than going and driving around, driving in circles, driving to pick people up, having different energies in your car? So it's like there are reasons why, but are you listening to yourself? Remember, only a part of your energy is inside of your body. Most of your energy is on the outside of your body. Are you listening to the wiser, more intelligent part of yourself, which is saying, I don't want to effing do this. The bed feels good no matter how much money it's bringing me. I don't want to do it.
true. Yeah, I haven't thought about that. I'm definitely not fulfilled in doing that, but I feel like maybe once I'm able to get over this hurdle, once I'm able to make the money, then I will have the fulfillment then. Because I don't know what other journey to take. I have tried other jobs, and for some reason, yeah, I haven't thought about why am I able to make it there, but I can't make myself do it myself. And I want to be an entrepreneur. I want to own my own business. So I think maybe I look at it like maybe this is just like a hurdle in my life. Like I need to get over this to push myself to get to where I want to be at. If that makes sense.
Yeah, the only issue is that you are much more intelligent than you're giving yourself credit for. And your life is speaking to you. I said this several times earlier. Your life is speaking to you. What is your life telling you? Your life is having a conversation with you. What is it saying? And so now you're like, oh, if only I just get the money. So now you want to prostitute yourself, prostitute your time in exchange for money, doing something that you have to drag yourself out of your house in your bed to get done. How is it? What impact is that going to have on your body, your health, your psyche? Okay, so you'll have more money, and you're like, oh, so you think once I get the money, I'll feel better about having to put my body, my mind, my psyche through this stuff in exchange for the money. Then you'll feel better. Will you? What will you do with the money? One of the things that I've noticed is that when we get money in ways that are not in alignment with us, we take the money and we squander it because the money feels hot in our hands. We want to get rid of it. And then the next thing you know, we start squandering the dough.
hmm Yeah, I definitely don't want to do that. Like like I said, I've tried other jobs, and I wasn't so much happy in those other jobs either. It was just that I was able to get up and go. I think because maybe I had a boss or someone making me go. I don't think that I was happy being there, or I liked the people there or anything like that. It's almost just as much as bliss, but now I'm in control. And, yeah, there's an accident in my body. And it takes a lot of work to control my body and everything. And having to control your car, it does take a lot out of you than most people think. But,
Right. So let's do this because we're going to be shifting from the phone call soon. So we're going to be wrapping it up, right?
okay.
What type of balance can you find where you are in pursuit of something that fills you, as well as doing what it is that you need to do to make money, but also being in pursuit? Because if you're not in pursuit of something that fills you, that brings you joy, then what is the purpose?
Mm, that's something to think about. Hmm.
Oh, let me ask you this before we get off the phone. What is it that you're curious about? Where do your curiosities lie?
I don't know. What am I curious about? Um, I haven't really thought about that. I just know that I wanted to, I wanted to work in the field like with children because I have done it before and I really liked helping other children. I liked being I was a daycare worker and I was the director and the supervisor and I liked being in that place. So I kind of want to be in the same situation. I think I've been gifted with patience, which is something that children need. And then the fact that I have the experience, that's something that I wanted to do. That's what my goal basically is.
Okay. And what was the last book that you picked up? What was the book about?
The last book I picked up was maybe a year ago, and it was a it was a Joel Osteen book about it was about like hit the delete button. So basically, when certain bad things happen in your life, hit delete. Some things you don't have to hold on to. That's basically what it was about.
Okay, so why don't we do this, right? I'm going to allow you the opportunity to get off of the phone, and I want you to think if you had to buy a book to learn about something, to read and learn about something, what would you pick up a book to read to learn about? Do you know that answer now, or do you need to think about it some?
I probably need to think about it because that's something that wasn't really on my mind.
Yeah. Let's follow your curiosity. Hey, sweetie, how you doing?
Six,
That's nice. How old are you?
Say hi.
six,
You're 6. Do you still have all your teeth, or have they started falling out yet?
some of them falling out.
Oh my gracious, you're falling apart. You're falling apart. Well, hopefully they'll grow back in. Hopefully. All right.
It's grown back in.
Oh, really? Oh, well,
And guess
that's
how
good.
many? And guess how many money I got?
How much did you get?
I got seven.
$7 for one tooth? Hold on, let me go get a pair of pliers because I got about 28 left.
If you
Okay.
want a single, I could have showed you.
Oh, wow. Oh, well, you know what? Maybe one
Or
day.
FaceTime.
Maybe
Or
one.
FaceTime.
Really? Oh, okay. Well, you know what? Can you see me now?
No,
You can't see me?
no.
Oh, well, maybe after your mom gets off the phone, because one of my look, I got one of my tooth came out, but it never grew back. It never grew back.
What?
And I got no money for it. All right.
Say goodbye.
Well, we're going to let you go. Thank you so much for calling in.
I want to talk to her.
No, we got other callers. Thank you, Tonya.
Okay, bye-bye. Let us know about that book, okay? Follow your
Okay, yes, I will.
curiosities. Follow
Bye
what you're
bye.
curious about. Bye, sweetie pie.
Yes.
All right. All right. So the phone lines are open. Teeth are going for $7 a tooth now. Shoo. Listen, let me find out because doggone it. You're on the air live with Tonya.
Hi, Tonya. This is
Hi.
Lemma.
What?
Hi.
Hi. What did you
And
say your
so
name
for
was?
Lemma.
Lemma. Hold on for just one moment,
Yes.
Lemma. So Celine, you're
Okay.
asking when is the you ordered March 27th? That's good. Because the I usually take sales for a month and then after the month then I start shipping. So if you bought it on the 27th, you're ahead of the curve because there are people who bought a month ago. So you just be patient. If you don't want to be patient, that's fine, but be patient. If you don't want to, I can always refund you, but everything ships out after the sales are over. This is why I only sell once a year because I don't have the capacity to be doing shipping every single day. So I do it all at once. All right. So Lemma, thank you so much for holding. You're on the air live with Tonya.
Hey. Okay, so forgive me if I've gotten the concept wrong because I've only heard like the last bit of what you were saying talking about fulfillment. But in regards to my life,
Can you
I
talk a little bit
recently
louder,
just had.
please, Lemma? The volume is a little low.
Okay, can you hear me better?
Let me see if I can turn up my volume as well. Okay, so my volume is all the way up. So let's hear.
Okay, can you hear me better?
Yes.
Okay. So forgive me if I gotten the concept wrong, like I said, because I only heard the last bit of what you were saying about fulfillment and with your life. But in regards to my life, I recently just had a baby. I'm 23 years old, and I'm in a relationship where I don't really feel that fulfilled, but I've had a baby with this person, and I've moved across the country. I live in New York now. I'm from Seattle, and I just feel as though my life is my inner self is telling me you could be far more so much more successful alone without this person. It's kind of almost a weight at this point. Um,
Mm.
yeah, so I don't know, like it just I don't know. My inner self, I feel like is telling me to basically go back home, and I would have so much more success there. And this person's perceptions, like their viewpoint on life, is completely different than mine.
Mhm.
So they feel like I should stay home and be a mom, and they kind of feel like moms don't do anything but be moms.
Mhm.
And I feel like I could go back to school. I could still have fun. Like being a mother is a part of me, but it's not everything. I still have myself. I'm still able to do things as an individual. Um, Whereas this person doesn't believe that, and so I think it would be really hard where I'm at. So I feel like my inner self is telling me, go home.
Okay. And so when you called in, what is it that you're needing right now for what is it that you're needing?
Well, I guess I'm not sure, to be honest. Um, Encouragement, I guess. I don't know.
Encouragement for what?
I guess to leave, but I guess I know all the reasons to leave.
Yeah, when I had a skincare business, like there's some people who are talking about the vitamin E oil that they've bought. So I sell the vitamin E once a year, right? When I
Mhm.
had my business, I didn't feel fulfilled in the business. I wanted to be on the ground floor. I wanted to be helping people in a way similar to what it is that we're doing right now. I want to travel and do keynote speeches and workshops and get people into really assisting in creating change inside of their lives. And I would say about 2012, I started feeling the feeling of not really wanting to be in the business. And I talked to people about it, and there were people who were like, are you crazy? This is a wonderful business. It makes so much money. People love your product. Are you crazy? Keep the business. Keep the business. Don't be stupid. Right? And I'm sure you've spoken to other people about what it is that you're going through. Right?
Right.
And there's some people who are like, stay. This is the father of your child. What's wrong with you? You're ungrateful. You're this, that. Well, I don't know. I don't know what it is that
No,
there's.
completely.
Okay. I don't
That's
know.
okay. Here we go.
Well,
So
hold
that's
on, hold
exactly
on,
it.
hold
I'm
on,
torn.
hold on, hold on, hold on,
Oh,
hold on.
sorry.
Right? No, it's okay, it's okay. So when I so I stayed inside of the business for years, and I started self-abusing because I was miserable, and people were giving me advice for what would have been right for their lives, what they wish they had in their lives. And remember, we were talking to someone earlier, and we were like, well, what is your life communicating to you? And so your inner self, your higher being has already told you that you want to leave, that you don't want to be there, that there is a type of success that you want to go towards, back in Seattle, right? And so you're reaching out for other people's opinions about what may be right for their lives, what they wish they had in theirs. There are people who have no father for their baby, or people who want to be a stay-at-home mom, or who are going to project what they're feeling and going through onto your situation, wanting to live vicariously through your actions, and it doesn't work that way. You have
Right.
to stop looking for permission from other people and listen to your inner guiding and do what your soul is calling for you to do in this life. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes, I do.
All right.
Okay.
Well, thank you so much for calling in.
Yes, thanks for listening.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. And so we're going to take maybe another call or so, and then we're going to get out of here. Um so there are a lot of people who have, let's see. You're on the air live with Tonya.
Hi, my love.
Hi.
I just wanted to say you're, I just wanted to say you're my big sister, and I love you so much, and I'm sending you light and love.
Okay, so where's all of this love and stuff coming from today? What's up?
So, am I late to the dinner party?
Why people think we have an event party today? We had an event party last night. You 8 hours late, maybe even more, 14 hours, well, 12 hours late now.
Oh, can I vent really quick? Because I feel like this is something that's really heavy on my heart.
Let me think about it for just one moment. Shall we allow this young
Right?
lady to vent? Hmm. You know what? Give me just
I won't be long.
give me one moment, because I need to, because I wasn't in a space for venting just yet. All right?
Oh,
So,
yes.
so you know what we're going to do? You know what we're going to do? All right. I am going to give you, let me get my timer from our workouts in the morning, right?
Okay.
And so I want you to be very directed and very focused, right? We're going to give you 1 minute to vent what you need to get off of your chest, what you need to say, all of that, okay?
Okay. I may cry.
All right, well, this is your time. You choke it back in if you need to. So listen, the timer is about to start. So we got 1 minute on the clock. Tell me your name again.
My name is Courtney.
Oh, hey, Courtney. Here we go. Timer starting. Go. You got 1 minute. There we go.
I wish me and my baby's father, Charles' father, would better co-parent, could better co-parent. It seems as though now we hate each other. Let me rephrase that. I don't hate him. We just don't even talk anymore. We were in court. Courts got involved. I wish we could just effectively co-parent and raise our baby.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead. You got 22 more seconds to let it all out.
With love. I wish I knew where is his hurt, anger coming from. I try to be cordial. I don't know what else to do. Maybe this is how things are going to work itself out, but everything in moderation.
Okay. All right. What did it feel like to give yourself a minute to just say that out loud?
It's so good. It did. It's so good.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so, since we had our vent party last night and today we're kind of talking through things, um, what is your dilemma? What's the dilemma that you're experiencing right now, Courtney?
Hurt. Confusion. Uh, Excuse me, I'm in my car. It's struck by the car. How did this happen? I'm trying to, I don't want to be the bitter baby mama, that they see on Ratchet TV.
Mm-hmm.
I took him off child support, thinking that that would ease some of his anger,
Mm-hmm.
maybe, but also, he does need to be there, financially for his child. He wanted to be in his child's life. He called me, crying, saying, I want to be in your life. But there were things that were done, like, for example, I have a restraining order against him, you know. So I feel like maybe this is the best thing. He made his life choices, I made mine. So this is the best thing for me right now, to just keep my distance. Things don't happen just by, I guess, magic.
Why do you have a restraining order against him?
Okay, so it's funny you ask. And then I just, like as time goes on, the truth comes out. So it was like, the baby was like a few months old. He's only one now. He's 18 months, something like, yeah, 18. So he was like, 19 months now. So, 2 o'clock in the morning, my windows got bust out. Now, usually if something happens to you, it's, it's usually someone you know, and me and him were going through a disagreement during that time. So me and you just had an argument. Hours later, 2 o'clock in the morning, my windows get bust out. So the police came to my house, everything, and they were like, just go get a restraining order, I got one. He signed off. You have to go to court, but he agreed to stay away from me, and I got one for 3 years. So I found out that another woman was involved. So him and his sister saying, I didn't do it, why would I do that? You and my baby are in there. Sometimes you fall asleep on the couch. Why would I do that? So it came out that it was another woman involved in that. But my thing is, it still goes back to you, because how would she know where I live at? What makes her feel comfortable to do that? So things like that, just, the concept, the verbal abuse, the emotional abuse, us going back and forth in court, like, it was just too much. So I'm like, even though you can take the restraining order off, if you want to, but I'm like, right now, for me to be my best version, I just want to, if I can, parent my child, I just want to keep my distance, But I feel like he's missing out on a lot. We should be able to co-parent. I've watched Dr. Umar's lectures. It broke my heart. Like, the first day we went to court, I was, I told my attorney, let's just try to, make things fair. Because when I saw Tyrese, I listened to a lot of rhythm and blues. When I see Tyrese crying, saying, don't take my baby, there's a lot of men that actually want to be in their child's life. And the mother, out of hurt or whatever, resentment or, whatever case may be, won't let that happen. So I'm like, you know what? I don't want to be the quote unquote bitter baby mom. Let's just keep it about the child. Through time, all wounds will heal. So,
Why?
but right now, I
You
feel
know,
so.
whew, I need you to really focus in on answering the question directly. Okay, Mama?
Yes. Okay. Okay.
All right. So
Okay.
maybe this is some stuff that you need to say out loud over and over and over again so you can hone in on what the exact issue is. Why did you take him off of child support?
I feel like that was the best thing to do at that time. Maybe that would ease some of the tension.
How do you get money now?
Um. Well, I do work. I go to school, and he
I'm
wasn't.
talking about from the man.
Oh, I don't talk to him. He gave the baby a pair of sneakers. Like I didn't ask him. He gave him some sneakers,
So
things like that. But I don't.
how long ago did you take him off of child support?
Actually, it was like a month ago, month and a half ago.
And so when he was on child support, what was he paying?
Yeah.
And then so you took him off because you thought that it would create a better co-parenting relationship. And what has happened since so when he was on, how long was he on child support? Because the baby is a year and a half now.
So about a year. He would go to court. He never missed a court date. He would make his payments. If he couldn't afford it, he would try to, maneuver or make a payment plan. You know, and even outside of child support, he would give the baby clothes, give the baby sneakers. I wouldn't even ask him. So he would do things. He says he loves him. He doesn't deny him. So yeah, I feel like
So
okay, especially when he got
what more were you hoping for by removing the child support order? What were you hoping that would happen?
just for us to just be able to like do birthday parties together.
With a restraining order?
Like not even do birthday parties together. Do we have to argue all the time? Like, do I have to get a headache when I co-parent with you? Why you gotta raise my blood pressure? Things like that. Like, can we just agree to disagree? Why is there so much tension? That's what I was hoping for.
Courtney, I'm hearing some conflicting things.
Okay. Maybe you can like clarify it for me. What is conflicting to you?
You want to have birthday parties with a person who has a restraining order against them, which means he can't come within 100 feet or so of you.
Right.
How are you going to have a birthday party with somebody who they're going to be on the other side of the fence, and he going to be looking through the fence 100 yards, and then be
And
like,
that's sad to me.
and
That's
be
sad. Like yeah, and that's sad. Like really, like that's the sad part. That it has to go that far where a restraining order is placed against you. And we have this beautiful little boy. And now it's another statistic.
So part of what's troubling you is that you feel that the baby is a statistic.
Me, I'm a single mom,
Okay.
another single black woman. You know, I thought I did everything right.
Okay. What did you think that you did right?
Dating the person in the first place, I thought I made the best choice that I made at that time. I didn't think this would happen. I don't know.
So when you were dating him, you felt like you made the best choice that you could. Do you no longer feel that you made the best choice you could?
No,
So what do you think that you could have done differently?
I don't know.
Right. So if you so see this is what I'm saying. There's a lot of conflict, and I feel like you got to work this conflict out. You got to work the conflict
Right.
out because you feel that you did the best that you could. You don't feel that there's anything that you could have done differently, yet you're still beating up on yourself. If you did the best that you could, then what is there to beat up on yourself about? Then also, he was paying child support, and then he was giving money and being there and never missing a court date, and then you took him off of child support so that what could happen, and then now he's not doing, you felt that the relationship would become better, but the relationship was what it was. You said that he was verbally abusive. Some bricks or something came flying through your window when the baby was very small, and it was in the living room, and anything could have happened. Then you found out that there was another girl involved, and this, that, and the other, and there's something that had to do with his sister. Then there was the court order, restraining order. Then you want to have birthday parties with him. So it's like I think you have to really kind of get on a page. Choose a page that you feel, and then hash it out, and then see what exactly is going on with you. What is it that you want? What do you want your life to
What
look like?
what I want is to be able to, I guess, move forward and put that chapter behind me and just accept I'm going to be raising a child by myself.
So what is it that
It's
you
so
so
it's so
so when
new.
you say raising a child by yourself, what is it that you envision that would not be raising the child by yourself?
Uh, him picking him up from school if I'm at work. It's him taking him to get haircuts. Like we at least us being able to talk without him saying nasty things or me getting upset saying something smart back. But since it cannot be like that, just being able to just, you know what, I just gotta, this is the way it is, and I just gotta accept it for what it is.
Okay. And so what was it that made so you felt that okay, so there's so many different things going on here that I'm a little confused. I'm confused, and maybe you can help me become unconfused, right?
Okay, yes.
How do you envision this this life happening? How do you envision him picking up the child from school, getting the child, co-parenting with you? When he, how many yards is the restraining order that you have?
I don't even know, but it's like, I don't even know. But the restraining orders do expire,
The
but
restraining
even
order
still,
expires in 3 years. You said.
yeah, like another, yeah, so I got like another 2 years, yeah. So, I mean, I'm not dropping the restraining order because, things led up to that point. I just wish things would played out differently, that's all. But since
Right.
it
So
didn't,
see,
I just have to
so
accept.
see, you're living in a fantasy, and you want to
Right,
stay in a fantasy of how things are not. So it's going to have to be one of two
right.
things, right? Either you drop the restraining
Mhm.
order, which you said that you don't want to do, or you become accustomed to the fact that there is a restraining order, and with the restraining order, co-parenting in the ways that you envisioned it is not possible.
Right,
Do you understand what I'm saying? So you're going to have to release this fantasy that you have of him coming and picking up the child. First of all, with the restraining order, he can't even give you your child.
right. We
And
do
then
custody exchange of the police station, right, yeah.
what is he supposed to do? Drop the child off 100 yards, then drive up the street and then you come pull around the corner and hope that the child doesn't wander into the street. I just don't understand, how is that going to work? So,
It's not, and I guess like I'm just wishful thinking, But like you said, I need to like think. This is a reality. This is how my life is playing itself out. This is my role, so I just have to accept how things are going to be and do the best I can right now.
okay. And then so you feel comfortable having the child in the presence of a person that you feel needs a restraining order.
I do not. I do not.
So you don't feel safe and comfortable letting him pick up the child and be with the child unsupervised.
I feel as though I want my child to have their father, but what can you teach them if you can't control your own emotions? You can't, effectively co-parent, or what are you going to pass down to my son? Or, right? What nuggets or gems or life lessons can you teach him to be a man?
Okay, that's besides the point. Do you feel safe? Do you feel that your child will be safe in his care?
I mean, he's had them before, yeah. I guess he has, visitation too, so yeah. I don't think he would harm him. I don't want him. I would hope not.
So, the same person that you felt cared so little about his life and safety that they threw a brick through your living room window is the same person that you don't think would harm the boy.
Right.
I,
That's true.
I'm very confused because you said that he needs the restraining order. Did he threaten you in the past? Has he hit you?
He threatened, but he never put his hands on me.
So he's threatened to hit you.
Yes.
All right. Yeah, see, Courtney,
Yeah.
there's a lot that's going on that is not
It's
real.
like it's like a mirror, and it's like reflecting. I guess like you need to like reflect. So you can actually see. Like listen to what's coming up.
Yeah.
This is what you have to, So it does. That's true. And that's what kind of like angered me too when I went to court. I'm like, y'all still giving him visitation? I still gotta waste my time dropping him off, and he threw a brick through my window. But the way custody goes here in Pennsylvania is the whatever they go through with the child's parents that has nothing to do with the child. I'm like, the child was in the house at the same time. But I guess because he like signed off on it, it wasn't like actually like a court hearing because he just like signed it anyway. I don't know,
But you said that you want him to see that you I think you're going to have to spend more time kind of hashing out.
I just wish things were different. Like I wish he was. I wish it did not have to be this way. But I can't change how he is. The way the life path he chose and how he thinks and how he handles things, how he controls his emotions, the way he talks. That's him. So I just have to try to resonate and refuse to be the way I am.
Yeah, and you
The
know
way
what?
he
And
is.
so see this is the thing. The difference between venting and actually wanting to interact in a way that helps you find solutions. Venting and solution finding, coaching, these are very different things.
I
So
understand.
on the one hand, you're venting that you wish things were a different way, but reality is showing you what reality is, and reality is the way reality is. What do
Yes,
you
and I
do?
think more helping reflect that to me. Yes.
What well, what are you going to do with reality instead of being debilitated by wishing that things were a different way? Okay, So you're a statistic. Say it out loud. I'm a statistic. Say it.
I'm a statistic.
Okay. How was that? Did the world didn't suck into itself? Nothing happened. There were no earthquakes. Okay. So the fact of the matter is you're a statistic. Now what? How do we deal with what reality is? It's too late to wish that you weren't a statistic. You are. So that's fine. That's fine. That's the way statistics work. But what are you going to do with reality?
I'm just going to overcome it. Raise my son to be the best man that he can be. Give him some positive male role models. I'm going to, overcome it.
And
Be a better parent.
what are you going to do about this conflicting desire for wanting this man to be the type of parent that you know that he's not? What are you going to do about that?
We got to do some exercises, like maybe like write a letter and like burn it or something, or just like make a list of the things that he does and compare it to, I guess, this positive, magical father that I envision. And okay, this is him, this is reality. So that'll chip away that wishful thinking or whatever. So yeah.
Okay. All right.
So this is okay. Yeah. So.
Well, you know what? Come back to us and let us know how the situation and your acceptance and moving forward has evolved. Okay, Mama?
Great. Thank you so much. Hugs, hugs, hugs. Love you.
Love you too. Thank you for calling in.
Mm-hmm. Bye.
Okay. I had myself all geared up and feeling like I was going to record 2 videos today. Now after this, I don't feel like recording the videos. Because we've been here for an hour and 40 minutes. I'm hungry. I don't know what we're going to do now. So, all right. So listen. Thank you all for coming through. I really don't know what else to say. Thank you all for coming through. Thank you for opening yourselves up and speaking. I need to figure out I need to figure out a way to be able to I need to figure out a way to be able to assist people in a way that's sustainable. Because this method right here is not sustainable. I can't sustain this because I have to figure out a way because I want to assist people, but I don't think that this is the most effective way. Because YouTube doesn't like long videos. And so I need to figure this out. Because the YouTube algorithm doesn't like longer videos. And yeah, I need to figure it out. I need to go on a US tour and get people inside the room so that we can do the work together. Because I don't really know. Let me ask, did you all find this video today helpful? Was the video helpful today? All right, so there are people who are saying the video is helpful. Someone is saying it was interesting. And Kevin is saying yes, especially the beginning. Okay. All right. All right. Yeah. You know what? I'm conflicted. I'm conflicted because on the one hand, these videos I'm conflicted because on the one hand, these videos do assist people, even if it's at if it's just scratching beneath the surface, right? However, I need to be able to create video content on YouTube that is going to make AdSense revenue. So I have a Patreon. I sell books. I sell MP3s, and so I need to be able to create content in such a way that we are able to sustain the show. This is not sustainable. It's not sustainable like this. It's not sustainable. So I have to figure it out. I have to figure it out. And so Ebony is saying create a single video per email response you receive. That's not sustainable for me either. I don't want to create a video for every email. No, that sounds like a lot. Sounds like 30 videos in a day. And Kalima, I do AdSense, but these videos are not popular for the YouTube algorithm because because the video is long. The video is long, so it's not popular. Ebony's saying just pick 3 to 5. All right, and then so after have people write in and then do a video response to their email and then cut the videos down into smaller ones. Maybe that's something I could do. If I cut the hour-long video into smaller videos so that then it could have AdSense revenue on it. Maybe that's something that I could do. Because 2 hour videos it's YouTube is going to bury the video. As you see, when I start a live video, it only shows it to like 20 people, and then other people start to come in afterwards. And Dipped in Indigo is saying the sweet spot is 10 minutes and under. Yep. Yep. All right, so listen. I'm going to get out of here. I have to brainstorm on ways to best assist you and assist me because I can't sustain my YouTube channel without creating content that is going to get hundreds of thousands of views. All right, so listen, go ahead and click the like button. We're going to be getting out of here. So somebody is going to get blocked right now. So this person is gone. All right. And Simone is saying maybe you could charge people to ask you questions if they want your response. Okay. And then what else? What else? What else? right. So listen, everybody. I appreciate everyone. We are going to get out of here. That person, you're responding to, Kimberly, was blocked. I'm sorry. It's too late to respond to them. Too late. It's too late to apologize. It's too late. It's too late to apologize. It's too late. I don't have time to play games like that. You know what I mean? No time, no time, no time for fake ones. Okay, so the phone lines are closed at this moment. All right, everybody. So listen, thank you so much for coming out. I apologize. So Baby P is saying her end goal is to help people but make money at the same time. Well, my end goal is to assist people. That's the end goal, to help raise the universal consciousness. If I'm not able to create income doing that, it's not sustainable to do business in that type of way. You know what I mean? So Grace like is saying I miss reaction videos. I don't. I don't like doing reactions to just any video. I don't like them. So I'm happy that you enjoyed them. So please rewatch the ones that you've enjoyed the most. So yeah, it's like if I can't afford to live doing the videos, then I can't do the videos because I'm not going to be holding my phone up in the air trying to catch Wi-Fi because I can't afford to pay the fee that it costs to be able to upload videos off of the grid. You know what I mean? It's a few $100s to be able to upload videos. I need to be able to live and pay my bills and do all of that. You know what I mean? So yeah, so I need to figure out a way, because we have to figure out a way to do business. But I like the idea of taking these videos and cutting them down into smaller parts so that maybe each one is like one phone call. Like one phone call becomes its own video. That way it's not stuck inside of a 2-hour video, which is not going to be viewed because YouTube is going to hide it. You know what I mean? So maybe that's something that we can do. And so Ayanda, that sounds like a really good idea. Take the videos and cut it down 10 minutes under. All right. So, and then hope that, because then also when we start talking about different things like RA blank E, and that type of stuff, the videos can't be monetized, so they don't make money. So like when we start talking like those, like the videos that we did about ABORT, you know what I'm talking about. They can't be monetized. So that's like, so we need to, we got to support the content creators whose content that we love, because if not, then the content just will not be around, you know? All right. So, you know what? Ebony is saying create an email to submit questions only. David is asking how I feel. As you can see, my energy is low. I need to eat. So I'm going to get out of here and I'm going to eat. But I did not want to eat wearing my white dress because that is an accident waiting to happen. And I don't want any accidents on my white dress. So I wanted to record the videos before I got hungry, so that I could, all right. And so Donique is saying, you about to get your talk show, then we could show up there. You will see. I've been doing this for 12, almost 12 years. No talk show has come yet. So I got to figure out how to deal with what is. You know what I'm saying? I got to talk to you later. You know what I'm saying? I got to deal with what is. And so what the situation is we are on YouTube. So how do I create ways to bring in income now, and when a show comes in, it comes in. However, because I'm not going to become displaced again. I'm not. I'm going to find ways to be able to continuously bring in income, because when I was displaced, I wasn't making videos anyway. I stopped making videos. And so Beautiful is saying, break up the videos. People want to hear conversation for entertainment as well. Yeah, I just, I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to take the serious topics that we talk about and make them entertaining. Part of this is part of the issue. Part of the issue is that you're dealing with a human being. I am the human being. What is it that this human being needs in order to be able to create content? And working on being quote unquote entertaining or being comedy, will that satisfy me as a human being in such a way that I will be able to create content? And so that's one of the things that we have to think about right there. What is it that will make Tonya want to get out of bed in the morning? Do I want to get out of bed to create entertainment videos? I nearly wanted to gouge myself with all of the gossip that's been passing around lately. Like, I refuse to talk about Wendy Williams. And so Kara is saying, can you make a 10-minute video of a segment and then leave the link for a longer video? We've already discussed that we're going to be chopping down in terms of creating, like for the YouTube algorithm, you got to make videos every single day. I don't have the infrastructure in place to be doing all of this fancy editing, so like, yeah, I just got to think about it. I need to take some time to think. All right, so on that note, I'm going to get out of here. Thank you all for coming out. I know that we had some serious, then we had some conversation in the middle, and then we ended on a serious note. So yeah, I need to eat as well. So listen, I'm going to get out of here. Thank you all for coming out. I'm still going to try to record videos today. Let's see how it happens. Let's see how it works out.